Right, this is going to be a quick overview of how to use Visio to make a product structure. So if the organizational chart doesn't pop up in your top featured, which for me when I first opened it, it popped up right here on the top row, you can just search for organizational chart and this template should pop up. We're just going to use US units and then start from a blank document, and we're not going to do anything with importing, so just cancel this out. So with this, it's easy to start with just the vacancy. The other ones have all these picture blocks, so you can use the vacancy tab and drop in one individually at a time if you want. If you also want, you can just use this multiple shapes, and then you can click vacancy and it will drop in a set number all at once, and you can define how many at one time. Now we have to put everything in the horizontal layout. We will not use the vertical layout. You will lose points. It's a good idea to do the complete layout on paper. Make sure you know exactly what you want this to look like before you start, and then make it on the computer. It's much more difficult to try to make this on the computer and reorganize it as you realize you made a mistake here or there. So it's much easier to do the entire layout all at once on paper. Make all of your changes on paper where it's very easy to scribble and restart, and then do this last. It's also much easier to have everything on here, put everything on the page, get everything set up exactly how you want it. And then if you run into little issues like what I just did there, where I've got one kind of in the way, or it accidentally tagged these two together. There we go. So get everything laid out like this, where it's easy to see everything. And then what you can do is you can change the shape and size. So we see this is printing on more than one page, so I'm just going to change the size of everything, make everything a little smaller so it'd be easier to fit on one page. And then you can reorganize this pretty easily by moving everything around. You want to keep these lines straight to make everything look clean. I'll take points off if it looks messy. So you can move it all manually and just drag these over, and it has guidelines to help you. What you can also do is just hit the spacing button and it will zap everything to one size. It'll reorganize it, so if you want this one to be a little bit lower so you can fit it. So now this fits in the page, and now I can take all of its subordinates and shift all those over. Now that fits in one page. This one also is kind of causing me some issues, so I can bring it down. And now I can bring these over and kind of, sneak everything around. I can nest them a little bit. This isn't the prettiest layout. You can definitely do better than this, but you get the idea. So keep all the lines clean, keep all the layout looking good. And then the last thing I'll show you, well, the design tab, you can change the paper size. Is the words. So you can type in the name of the thing, and then you can type in different characteristics. So I accidentally added that space on the bottom, so it made everything a little smaller. So I can add the different information if I want on there. For some reason, the top row, sometimes it won't let you type in more than one line. So the top line is one line only, and then you can type in more information in these bottom lines. You can also get rid of the information in the top line and then just type everything in the bottom lines if you want to make it all the same size. That's fine too. You can use both, it's not a big deal. So that should be everything you need to know: how to organize it, how to space it, how to shape everything, how to add the features. I guess I didn't show you. You can copy and paste a whole branch, and then you can paste it somewhere else if you wanted. The layout could go everywhere like it just did. But what I can do is just go back and I can redo the layout, and it should automatically kind of put everything where it's readable. It kind of messed up. It's got a little line on here. You can increase. There we go. So now we can see everything is laid out. There's where I just dragged that random branch over. Everything is kind of now. Let's delete that. Kind of all chaotic looking, but again, I could go through if I decided I made a mistake and I can reorganize it. Again, it's easier to have everything laid out and then reorganize it.